It is Reach Higher Wednesday, and we've got some good news for you. There's stuff going on here at Valley tonight that you won't want to miss. We'll tell you more about it in today's broadcast. For now, we are live at the new media studio here at beautiful Valley High School, and this is Falcon Flash. All right, good morning, students and staff. Today is Wednesday, October 23rd. I do want to remind everybody that the end of the grading period is coming up next Thursday, really. We're in school next Friday. So get those grades up, get ready to send home some report cards coming up fast. Josh is here again this morning, to bring us the patriotic observance. So Josh, what did you find for today?
They came marching in horses, carriages, and on foot. There were old women with canes and young mothers with babies. They dressed in white and carried banners with phrases like, vote for suffrage and vote for justice. And you can trust us with the children. You can trust us with the vote. The parade looked triumphant, but was actually fought with a nervous event. The New York State was about to have a vote on whether to allow women to vote. In 1915, over 25,000 women marched Fifth Avenue in New York to advocate for women's suffrage. At that point, the fight had been ongoing for more than 25 years, with the Sakina Falls Convention in 1848 first passing a resolution in favor of women's suffrage. New York's 1915 suffrage parade was the largest held in the city until that time. In 1917, New York granted the women to vote. It started a domino effect that led to the 19th Amendment in 1920, which granted women the right to vote all across the country. Now let's see this historic march.
Hi, my name's Yahuru Williams. I'm a historian, and here's what you need to know in order to sound smart about women gaining the right to vote. From the time of the American Revolution through 1920, women fought to attain the same social, political, and economic status in the United States as men. In 1920, women in the United States won the right to vote by virtue of the passage of the 19th Amendment. But the struggle to attain that right was a long one, fraught with violence, political turmoil, and social upheaval. Many of the leaders of the women's suffragist movement actually got their start in the abolitionist movement and other social reform movements in the 1830s and the 1840s. The Civil War and Reconstruction proved to be a critical moment for women pushing for the right to vote in the United States. In the aftermath of the Civil War, Congress committed itself to ensuring the right to vote for African American men through the passage of the 15th Amendment. The 15th Amendment stated that the right to vote could not be abridged or denied based on race, color, or previous condition of servitude. It, however, said nothing about gender. By the turn of the century, more militant and radical voices were working their way into the fight for women's rights. Alice Paul, for instance, pushed for the adoption of an Equal Rights Amendment. One of the ways that Paul and her supporters sought to dramatize the issues associated with women's suffrage was to stage massive parades. One that they conducted on March 3rd, 1913, was done so to coincide with the inauguration of President Woodrow Wilson. The women hoped that this would dramatize the denial of a basic civil right to women. Authorities often brutally suppressed female suffragists who employed such tactics. Alice Paul was once placed in solitary confinement and beaten because of a picket she staged at the White House. The brutal treatment of female suffragists actually helped to strengthen public support for the movement. And in 1918, President Woodrow Wilson announced his own support for women winning the right to vote. The denial of more than half of the United States population to participate in the political process at one time was damning to American democracy. In 1920, that changed. and the 19th Amendment was a revolution in American politics. 1920 is a banner year and a milestone in American democracy for what it accomplished for women and what it represents for those who are marginalized in American society, even today. Young people in large numbers came out
And here's Rosema with the Falcon Flash.
All right. Thank you, Josh. And now here's today's Falcon Flash. Our freshmen are about to begin their SOS event hosted by their Link Crew leaders. For those of you juniors and sophomores, this is the time when they get to review their transcripts and reach out for help, get their picture taken in a cap and gown to keep them looking forward to the future, and get to hear from a recent Valley grad who will inspire them to get connected and overcome their obstacles. So have fun, freshmen. This is the great next step in your high school experience. All right, tonight is the night. The auditorium will be filled with glorious music from many of our performing groups at our fall music concert. This free concert features performances by our choir, bands, mariachi, orchestra, and the color guard. Bring your families for a great night of music and entertainment in our auditorium tonight, starting at 6 o'clock. Today, the Financial Literacy Club will meet in room 211. That's in the new building. They will discuss investing in the stock market and how to participate in the stock market game. Frontline passes will be given out so you can invest even more time in that club meeting. So we'll see you there. All right. 6 more students were selected randomly for our on-time arrival prize giveaway. Here they are on the screen now. Every day so far this week, 4 of the 6 that you've seen have actually won prizes, and 2 each day have lost out simply because they were late to one class or more over the last 5 days. So those are the picks for the day. Let's go over to the prize wheel. Josh is going to spin it for us today, and we'll see what our winners are winning. So Josh, take it away. A mighty good spin.
A 6-pack front of the line pass.
All right, that's handy, huh? Yeah, all right. So front line passes, they can use them for 6 days in a row or with all their friends and all get lunch kind of early one day. So that's great. Stop by ASB to pick up that prize if your name was on screen and you've had no tardies in the last 5 days. All right, let's get back over here. Scrolling up, Red Ribbon Week reminds us that alcohol messes with our brains and dulls our senses. Here's a short series of videos that explain how this happens.
Butter and toast,
Mix.
robots and tacos,
Sorta mix.
but kids and alcohol.
Don't mix. You probably heard that alcohol is bad for your brain. But what does that actually mean?
To answer that question, we'll have to learn a little bit about neuroscience, the study of the brain and nervous system.
The brain is your body's control center. It processes information to and from your senses and manages vital and voluntary actions like breathing or keeping a regular heartbeat. It enables you to run and play, learn new facts and ideas, and feel a wide range of emotions.
To do all of these jobs, your brain contains many different parts. Each part is focused on a specific function, like movement, decision-making, memory, pretty much everything.
The brain transmits information throughout the body using a system of interconnected nerve cells called neurons. Chemical messengers called neurotransmitters carefully move the information from one neuron to the next.
Now, neurotransmitters can either be excitatory, meaning they stimulate brain activity, or inhibitory, meaning they slow down brain activity. To keep its operations going smoothly, the brain has to maintain a careful chemical balance between these 2 types of neurotransmitters. Spoiler alert, these messengers play a key role in the way alcohol affects the brain, but we'll talk more about that in the next video.
As a young person with a still developing brain, alcohol can have a stronger effect on you than on adults.
Learning the facts can help you make healthy decisions. So say yes to a healthy lifestyle and no to underage drinking.
To learn more, visit
Peanut butter and jam,
Mix.
rabbits and rockets,
Sorta mix.
but kids and alcohol.
Don't mix. Now let's see what happens when you introduce alcohol to this finely tuned system. To start, alcohol acts as an agonist or booster to certain chemicals in the brain's internal reward system. That's what can give people the relaxed feeling you may have heard about.
But alcohol also acts as an agonist to inhibitory neurotransmitters, increasing their ability to slow down brain functions. Simultaneously, it acts as an antagonist to excitatory neurotransmitters, decreasing their ability to stimulate brain activity.
You can probably guess what happens when you combine ramped up inhibitory neurotransmitters with dulled down excitatory neurotransmitters. All of your brain's different parts and functions become super slowed down, which can cause a wide range of physical, mental, and emotional effects.
For example, if too much alcohol hits your cerebellum, which is important for coordination, you might lose your balance and fall.
If alcohol impairs your hippocampus where memories are made, you might have a hard time holding on to new information, like someone's name you just met, or where you left your phone.
And when alcohol hits your cerebral cortex, which has an important role in feelings and decisions, you may find it hard to control your emotions and get very sad or very angry for apparently no reason. Basically, as alcohol mixes with the different parts of your brain, it makes it a lot harder for them to do their specific jobs.
In time, these short-term effects of alcohol wear off as alcohol leaves the system, though a drinker may experience a sick feeling known as a hangover the next day.
But if a person continues drinking too much, it can have serious long-term effects. The brain will begin to chemically compensate for the way alcohol affects it, and in time, will start to rely on alcohol to function normally. This can lead to dependency, addiction, and other serious health problems.
As a young person with a still developing brain, alcohol can have a stronger effect on you than on adults.
Learning the facts can help you make healthy decisions. So say yes to a healthy lifestyle and no to underage drinking.
To learn more, visit asklistenlearn.org.
All right, the first period Health Academy students look ready to go in their new lab coats. Let's get that picture up. There they are. They're getting ready to collaborate on learning their pelvic and rectal trays in this picture submitted by Miss Faye. If you have tomorrow's picture of the day, send it to Mr. Rosma, that's me, for a chance to be featured on the Falcon Flash. And now, well, that's our show for today. But before we go, let's throw it over to Josh, who's here and wearing the birthday hat. Tell us about the birthdays for today.
All right, so today's birthdays. We have 2 seniors, 3 sophomores, and 1 freshman. I wish you all happy birthday. It's also Ryan Reynolds' birthday. So happy birthday, Ryan Reynolds.
All right, make sure we get those birthday cards passed out to everybody. And that's it for today's Falcon Flash. And remember, Falcon Fever, catch it.